came to dinner. I got a glass of Beaujolais. Look at the color of this, you guys. So pretty. Appetizer. And then the breadstick is so good. Wow, I ate the whole thing. This is the, what is it? Caviar?
Potato chip omelet.
Oh, potato chip omelet. I did not expect this. You saw it on the picture and you thought it was me? So you
No,
got
I didn't
it?
know.
Oh.
I didn't look it up.
Oh, well, it looks really good. The Faroe Island salmon, and I cannot. The smell of these fries. Oh my god. Wow, guys, this is really good. The food here has been amazing, especially the steak frites. This one, butter pecan, right? Gelato. They gave us free sauterne. I know, free dessert one. But yeah, they gave you like an extra glass too, right?
What do you think? Sauterne is like the new thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is good, this is good.
Wait, what was that?
It was the butter pecan.
Oh!
Yeah, the butter pecan ice cream.
I can see that. I mean, what better?
Really yummy.
Good stuff, right?
Thank you so much.
People forget about these things, and it's my job to remind them.
Yeah, we didn't even think about it.
So nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, Bergdorf.
We're basically
Hi guys. This is the entrance to the jazz club. Oh, you're here, right? It's the jazz club at Aman. Let's see. Come. You hear it. My drink is so sugary. It's like a little break time right now. We ended up at this pad thai, or not pad thai, just Thai place across the street. It's very pretty in here. It smells so good too. My drink looks so good. I forget what it is. It's like jasmine, absinthe, something dangerous. Jasmine whisper? I don't know. Yours looks fun. Look at this tea bag. Oh my god, remember tea bag? We talked about tea bag. Yeah, this is their pad thai.
Where's my? I know.
Thing. Oh yeah. And then I cannot pronounce this, but it's like
Kanya.
Picanha. Yeah. Medium rare, like beef. Would you like to squeeze the lime? Do the honors. Ah, oh my god, you splashed on me. Come on, man. It got on my hand.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Really? Smell this. Smell my hand.
It smells fine.
It smells like lime.
It smells fine.
Ooh, I'm excited. This looks pretty. No, we're doing the gumbo. The bread is out. Their pretzels are so good. This butter, that won't focus. I got the blue crab gumbo again. He was so shocked that I wanted the same thing. I wanted this and the prime rib. So we basically ordered the same thing. And the fries. My medium end cut. Some horseradish and then all the sides. We ordered a little bit differently this time, but I really wanted those fries. And then the mushrooms. And then broccoli. Look how good. But it's like creamed broccoli and spinach with like... Did they say breadcrumbs? This doesn't look like breadcrumbs. It's like a pie. These are the Spanish wild strawberries. They said flown in this morning. and then vanilla gelato. These look like raspberries I ate growing up in Korea. I'm so excited. It's coconut cream with coconut bits. Try it. I am so full. I wanted to like come here before like all my food came out, but then everything came out so like fast today. So I came here after the meal. I'm about to go home, see Charlie. But yeah. I know. Oh my god, is he holding the door? Yeah. Okay. I have to take off her shoes. I grabbed these slippers. Oh, they are really big. Okay, you can have these. Oh, these look like the traditional like Korean socks. There's this outdoor area that's obviously not open right now because it's like 30 degrees weather. Oh, there's people. Is this the High Line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take your shoes off, you sit here, and then we each get our own little table. I think this is for the one that's gonna do the ceremony. It's inside the Genesis dealership. So cool. Yeah, it's pretty. Like even downstairs they had all the cars. We're doing the tea house like experience. It's only on the weekends. Yeah, you can do lunch or dinner here too. You should come back.
And it comes together beautifully over on Cathedrale. So they wanted to create within the restaurant. So we remove our shoes, we're going to sit on these lovely cushions here, and it looks like we have a beautiful roof over our head. A food pairing that will carry us through as well. I can guide you through which ones pair best with which tea. During the 3 teas, our second tea will be our ceremonial tea. That will be the tea that we are going to steep ourselves. So that's the tea that you'll see in front of you there. We're going to do 2 different steepings of that tea. So we'll do a 3-minute long brew, and we'll also do a 5-minute long brew. So 5-minute long brew, it takes a while, so it's a good moment if anyone needs to stretch their legs, use the facilities. So no pressure to stay tied in here if you need to leave. Opening with our White Lotus Leaf Tisane. So does anybody know the difference between a tisane and a tea? So in Western culture, we sort of have this umbrella term of tea that we use to describe pretty much anything that you add hot water and it changes the flavor. However, within tea culture, the word tea only applies to something that comes from the tea plant. So the tea plant is the Camellia sinensis plant, and all tea, whether it's black, green, yellow, white, blue, oolong, it all comes from that same plant. So it just goes through different processes, cooked at different times. There's oxidation, fermentation, there are a whole lot of different things that you can do to make them unique. So anything that does not come from that plant, so your chamomile, peppermint, citrus, any other kind of tea that you might drink is actually a tisane. So it's like an herbal tea, doesn't possess any caffeine. It's made from something other than tea leaves, essentially. So this tea in front of us is made from white lotus leaves. It comes to us from Hadong in Korea. It's probably the most prominent area in Korea for tea production. And it's going to be a nice, very light way to start our tea ceremony. So you're going to get some floral notes, a subtle sweetness, a little bit of grassiness as well, some melon in there. So feel free to begin to enjoy a period of time. And then she flashes to the right of our black sesame, the darkest one there. You're going to see a little cookie. So that's a pine nut cookie. That pairs very well with this. The tea brings out the nuttiness in the pine nut. The pine nut also might bring out some more of the melon notes, the sweeter notes in the actual tisane. So feel free to enjoy that one. And then after that, I would recommend enjoying our yacht, which is going to be to the left of that cookie. It's the one in the nice little wrapper there. So that's going to be like a taffy, essentially. But it's also made with macadamia nuts and white and black sesame, so you have a lot of different textures. So I'm not generally a big taffy person, but I do really like this. It's kind of like nutty and savory and sweet. It's good. But it will get a little bit stuck in your teeth. But it pairs very well with this tea as well. So feel free to start enjoying those too. And then I'll guide you through the rest of them with our other steepings. Next to that, we're going to have what Our bartender, his name is Asian actually. He's not Asian. I did think that I was getting punked when he first said that when I first started working here. But he calls us our galaxy strainer. So that's kind of what I've lovingly called
so
it. But we
pretty.
use that because we're dealing with loose leaf tea today. And then obviously we have a teacup, or a chajan is what it's called in Korean. And then finally we're going to have this guy over here, which maybe you're a little bit less familiar with. This is going to be our fairness pitcher, is what it's called. So the way that the water is going to work for every step of the process is Jen will pour water into our pots, and then from our pot we're going to pour all of the water out into our fairness pitcher. And then from there we can fill our cup, and then the other option is going to be using this guy that's in between you. So it kind of looks like a larger version of our fairness pitcher. This is called a toisugi, so it's essentially a bowl for excess water.
Thank you.
So during the first couple of steps of the brewing process, we're not going to be drinking any of the liquid that we're going to be using, so all of that will end up in there. And then we'll give that a second to heat up as well. So the second step of that process is going to be similar. It's going to be priming the actual tea leaves themselves. This is to awaken those leaves and get them ready to be brewed, and also to wash them of any impurities. So these leaves come to us from Jeju Island in Korea. They have a very long journey over here. During that time, they could have accumulated dust. Okay, so now we're going to leave the water in our teacup over the next step. That way that teacup can stay nice and hot. And in the meantime, what we can do is we can remove the top of our teapot, and we're going to add our tea in. So we can pour those leaves into the empty pot. Yes, all of it right in there. And then what I recommend doing is you can take the pot and you can give it a little shake, and then give it a smell. And you're going to start getting sort of those notes of the tea. So as I mentioned, this is a very special black tea. You're going to get some notes of sweet potato, hazelnut, a little bit of strawberry jam even, a little chocolate. It's very nice. I would say this is kind of like winter, this tea. The first tea is a little bit like spring. This one's kind of like winter. But you can give it a smell, and you're going to start getting a sense of what you're going to be drinking. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to add my strainer to my fairness pitcher. That way I'm just ready to pour it out as soon as Jen pours for me. Because now we'll actually have the leaves in there, so we want that strainer to catch any leaves that fall out. It's okay if some do fall out. Any water that remains in that pot is going to steep those leaves. So we want to kind of have as much control over the steeping time of the leaves. You can just pour that liquid right into your toisugi as well. So essentially tea is picked in the spring, summer, and fall. And then in the winter time, the conditions are too harsh. So it's still very much alive, but if it looks like it might... Now that cup is still going to be nice and warm and ready for you. It's a little bit harder to have a second steeping, a third steeping, etc. Because those leaves will have been the tea on its own first, and then we can add in the tea snack element of it all. And then the yakwa is going to be our other tea snack on top. So that's a honey ginger cookie. It's probably the most famous tea snack, I guess, in Korea, out of the ones especially that we have here. So yakwa is still very common today. We prepare ours in the Korean royal court style. So it's a little bit almost like a baklava. The texture is what we hear a lot. Whereas a lot of yakwa today are definitely, I got to try it once, and it's a lot more like waxy in a way, and it's a lot chewier, and it's definitely meant to be enjoyed with tea. Like the idea is you have that and the tea kind of helps melt it. This one is a little bit flakier, for sure, but very tasty.
It's pretty gingery, right?
I mentioned that we have ceramics in front of us for our teaware. So this is very much more common Korean teaware. It obviously looks very different than maybe the porcelain Chinese teaware that you might see places where everything's hand painted, very ornate. There are a couple of reasons why in Korea we use this. One is the beauty of it all, because it is a little bit rustic and imperfect, and you're going to notice little like bumps and different color variations, and the idea is going back to that idea of diversity and appreciating imperfections and things. So you'll also notice that in how we repair things. So your fairness pitcher has a little gold tip on it. Your teapot has a little gold tip on it as well. And that tsugi that you guys have has become one of my favorites. It needs a new tip. But it used to just be round all the way through, and then it took a tumble after a tea ceremony and broke in a lot of pieces. But we used the method of kintsugi for repairing. So rather than trying to fix it and make it look like it was never broken and make it look exactly the same, or throwing it away because it is broken, use gold or silver is the idea. We use gold to repair it that way. Just because it's broken, it can actually be more beautiful. And then the final two we'll have with our last tea sound.
I know.
That's become a crowd pleaser, even though it is like, it's touch and go with the consistency because of the teeth, you know, sticking of it all. But yeah, but we've heard a lot of good reviews on that. People like the combination of flavors in it. It's very nice also to be having a black tea from Korea because a lot of different places are known for different kinds of tea. And Korea has a lot of green tea. So green tea is kind of their main. So a lot of first blush green teas, that's a lot more common in Korea. First blush black tea is a little more common in India because the green tea tends to be a lot more strict with steeping times. So green tea gets bitter very, very quickly. So it's really nice and light, but if you let it oversteep, it will get very bitter, and that'll be the only thing that you're really tasting it. So all the green teas that we have in house, one we steep for just 60 seconds, that's it. And the other we steep for 2 minutes, I believe, is the max.
Wow. Yeah.
So having a tea like this, black tea is a little bit more malleable in the steeping time. So it's better to get a sense of how those teas last. And traditionally when they would do the ceremonies, they wouldn't really have multiple teas. What they would do is they would take one tea, and it would be the best tea they could find, and they would just continue to re-steep it while they would have their conversations. Tea, it's very delicious. And it'll bring out different things in the tea as well.
Thank you. The pumpkin tea. Can't wait. Ooh, it's hot. That was so fun, you guys. Such a beautiful space too. That's the little island, right? It's right next to it. It's really pretty here. All these books. This section, all the books like inside the pavilion, it's all related to like Korean culture.